Okay guys, let me give you an update on what's happening right now. We just had a mega earnings week and nothing really dumped. We had Microsoft dump, we had Amazon dump, we had Google dump. Apple, oddly enough, didn't dump, and then stocks dumped a little bit. Turns out it's a technical dump. In other words, turns out all the really smart people who bought and longed when I told you to about 2 weeks ago.
You remember this video, right? This one especially, telling you that you need to long right now. That was, I guess, 3 weeks ago. You had plenty of time. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to read this. You need to watch this. It tells you exactly how the ruling class works, how the WEF works, and why you keep buying the top and you keep selling the bottom. This will break you. This one video will make you a multi-millionaire, at least. It'll change the way you think about the world and money. And that'll show up in your bank account and your wallet. Watch this video.
All right, so what's happening now? I told you that BlackRock was responsible. BlackRock is the new central banker's central banker. You think the central bankers just hold money, all those fees, all those wire transfer fees and those overdraft fees? You think that, and all the Forex money changing percentage commissions, you think they just hold it in cash? Nope. They have that money traded and invested by other bankers. And the bankers' bankers are BlackRock. And I told you that BlackRock just took over all of Lehman's scraps, but they're not just scraps, because they are valuable assets that pertain to properties, that pertain to politics, that pertain to politicians. Now BlackRock can move politicians left and right, and now that they've taken full ownership of 14 years of assets, no, 50 years of assets. When Lehman Brothers died, that was the whole world's piggy bank that now BlackRock has, and now that they own it, there's no reason to keep the markets dumped down. So what do you think they're going to do? I told you 3 weeks ago that they would make the Fed pivot. But do they have that much power? I mean, come on. The Fed is one of the central bankers in a network of central bankers, and the whole network of central bankers looks up to the central bankers, who happen to be BlackRock. So BlackRock is the, in all the James Bond movies and all the 007 movies, it is the Spectre. It is the Dr. Evil. And guess what they just did?
Pause this and read it slowly. BlackRock economists 7 hours ago are telling financial advisors that the Fed meeting will include pivot language. Restate it again.
At this point, I think you owe me a BAM. But that having been said, if you just buy spot, it's kind of boring. Coins only went up, what, 20-30%? So you would have made 20 or 30% on your money. So $100,000 would have become $120,000. Big whoop. You know what we do? We trade with leverage. So most of our members did 6x to 10x to 20x longs. So a 20% gain, when you borrow 10 times more money than you have, is actually a 200% gain. So $100,000, instead of becoming $120,000, $100,000 becomes $300,000. More than $250,000 out of just $100,000. Or if you only have $1,000, you'd end up with $3,000. Okay, so how do you trade leverage? I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video. And the next video explains to you how, in any country, how to trade leverage, even if your country bans you from trading leverage, which is ridiculous because it's your money that you earned. That's a political thing. I'm not going to go into that right now. But one thing I didn't mention in the other video, hang on. Okay, so I mentioned in the other video that I'm going to link you to, I mentioned DYDX, Estonia, South Korea. I mentioned VPN. This is what I didn't mention. you can use your MetaMask wallet. You don't have to use Binance, you don't have to use Huobi or even FTX. You can just use your MetaMask wallet. It's all decentralized, so no one can steal your money. But you still do have to use, anyway, I'm not going to give you any more details, but all you have to do is really simple. Just convert your Ethereum into USDC, or just convert your Ethereum into WETH, W-E-T-H, and it's 1-to-1. And then transfer that Ethereum over into DYDX, and it'll automatically give you dollar value at the current time so that you can start trading. So trade with us. Instead of making 10% profit, or instead of making money on a 2% move, do a 10x long and make 20%. On a 10% move, instead of making 10% your money, make 200% your money. And we tell you how to do it safely, super low risk and super high returns. Signals. Where do you get me to tell you real time, 24 hours a day, what to buy and sell and how much leverage to use? That's at bitcoin-signals.org. Bitcoin-signals.org.